like to give us a recap of our previous session for 1 point of DM inspiration.
um, hmm. Sorry, I'm still focusing on the story. We weren't live during that, so that's good.
Yeah, I won't tell everyone about the poo-poo.
You're supposed to leave it more of a secret.
Mm.
You should just say, I won't tell them about what happened. You just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. I won't tell them about what my duty is.
See, you go with the innuendos.
Mm-hmm. The innuendo, absolutely. And there's no innuendo about what happened last time, so please, anyone and everyone, give us an inspirational recap of our last session.
Alright, I'm still adjusting things on stream, so if someone else wants to do that, that'd be cool.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and do that. I could use some inspiration.
Oh, I will say that we did get a fan spell just now from a Dented
What?
Pockets.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Is that our first fanspo of the campaign? I'm gonna have to make this a...
I think
think
it
so.
may be our second. I'm not sure.
What? Where are we been tracking it?
I'm still logging in, so I can't even see right now. I feel like we've gotten one before.
I will make us a...
I think we may... Yeah, maybe we got one, like, closer to the beginning.
Yeah, it was pretty early on.
Alright, so, recap,
I'm pulling malarkey, but whatever.
Recap, right. So, last session, we start off, in the middle of our epic fight against the Remoraz? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Alright. The Remoraz... there were 5 of them when we started, and an epic bloody confrontation. We managed to whittle it down to 1, and with some help of Sheriff Markham, and we were able to manage to take them all down. I brought Akia back up with one of Red's good berries. Having to work a little bit harder to do that since Akia doesn't have a mouth and doesn't eat, but found the appropriate place to use the good berry to bring them back up. And we mostly limped our way back to Bryn Shander with one of the Remoraz bodies in tow, hoping to get some help getting the hide off of it. We took it to the Black Iron Blades, who were a bit catty with us about the fact we haven't gotten their ingots yet, considering that, like any sort of role-playing game, us heroes are responsible for pretty much everything around here.
Mm-hmm.
But we told them we'll get to it. We'll get to it. We're, as my dad would say, we're fixing to do it. So we negotiated a price for having them get the hide off. After that, we split up a little bit. Akia and Gaiman went to go recruit Knobberknocker from the Morning Lord Church. As they were walking there, Akia talked with Gaiman about about the changes that he'd been going through because of his hag crystal addiction. Interesting conversation there, and this, in the reflection of a window, Gaiman was actually able to see these changes, and that combined with what had happened with the speaker of Lonelywood having gotten a hold of some of the hag crystal that Gaiman had given to the muskrat Tal during one of his trips. He's considering maybe cutting back on it a little bit, though Kia, with the knowledge of the mighty WebMD, suggested that if he would probably want to do it in smaller doses to avoid the withdrawal symptoms, which I'd say is definitely a good idea there. We swap back to Lotus, Alicia, and Avalis, who were on their way to the tavern, so they could find Watto and Danica Greysteel. Lotus wanting to, still feeling a bit nervous, though with the help of apparently her 2 new wingmen, having some more confidence to confess her feelings. We flash back to the church. Apparently, the attendant at the church is more than happy to let Knobberknocker come with us, if only so that he doesn't risk burning the place down. So he'll be traveling with us, and we get to the tavern. We talk to Greysteel and Watto about what they've been up to with the Chwingas. They found out some interesting things, and Danica's interested in coming with us to see the Elven tomb. Hopefully her knowledge of Moon Maiden stuff will help out any further mysteries we haven't solved yet there. And Master Watto apparently shares the same feelings for Lotus that Lotus has for him, and he'll be joining us as well. Now our plan is to meet up in the morning and make our way to Torga's camp to hopefully convince her to surrender. Because we all know D&D plans always go 100% correctly, don't we?
In my games, they always do. Ooh. Thank you so much for that recap. You have earned yourself a point of DM inspiration. You just might need it. So, moving forward, we have a Faxpiration question. It might be a small bit of a challenge. Hypothetically, your character is getting married. What are the items that your character would match to this poem? Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. So, Akia 13. What is your something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue?
So difficult. I'm sorry. I think the best thing I can come up with is just kind of cheesy, but it's the only... I'm not good with these sort of things. Let me look at it while I say it. Pull it up. So, I think if Akia was going to be getting married, they'd probably be getting married to another automaton of some sort. And I think the something old would be like a body part from like the spouse they were marrying would be like get like a body part from like one of their ancestors, and then they would have a new part created by Akia. They would borrow a part from another living automaton on Akia's side of the new family, and then they would just paint something blue.
Perfect. Hey, it doesn't always have to be complicated, and never does it have to rhyme, though it does help. Oh, and do we don't have it? Oh, there's Akia. I was like, where are you at on this home screen?
It's too bright down there.
And it's sticky.
Bright and sticky. Oh my gosh.
Damon spilled the wine.
I was gonna say it's
bullshit. I would never spill good wine.
He spilt some nasty ale. Then
Mhm.
it's like,
All right, yeah, I would spill nasty shit.
I was gonna say it's like a certain type of parade in the middle of the summer. I'll let you guys figure out what type and when that would occur. You've earned Faxpiration. Let us move forward to Gaiman. Gaiman, could you tell us about your something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue?
Yeah, sure. I also don't see my story about getting married anytime soon, like ever. But I guess if I still have her, I guess Lucille will be my something old. Had her for a good long while. Something new might be like, well, the this rate, might be like the bearskin pelt. Or, something else, something that makes me look dapper. Something borrowed, borrow a weapon off somebody. Or, what are those things that you stick in like a pocket on your shirt, on your chest? What are those things? And then something blue, the ice knife killer's knife. That's blue.
That is blue.
Yeah. So, yeah. Old weapons, new weapons, borrow a weapon, and something dapper.
Perfect. I can't wait to attend this wedding. Hopefully all of these weddings are like back to back. I want to go to all of them. So thank you, Akia, and then thank you, Gaiman. Let us move forward to Lotus. Lotus, could you tell us about your answers to this question?
Sure. I would say for Lotus, something old would be the quill pen that she's been using to write in her notebook in. Because I imagine, like, first, coming to Bryn Shander, like, most of the stuff she has probably would be something that she could only really afford to get, like, older stuff. So she'd probably keep that, like, just behind one of her ears there. New, she would want to get a nice brand new ring. Not something that's, like, fancy, but not, like, too ostentatious. I'm thinking something with, like, silver, maybe with, like, sort of like dragon scale looking pattern on the inside, kind of like reflective and shiny. Borrowed, I'd say probably would be this nice brooch that her mother Maria would always wear, and it sort of has like an old school like European dragon on it, and it's gold, but it's one of those things where like it's faded, but she's like always wearing it all the time, and Lotus would tell her, like, you could always go and get that thing polished, but her mom says, like, nope, it's, she doesn't want to, she figures it would ruin it, and, sometimes you don't argue with mom about these things. Blue, I would say probably some sort of, like, really nice, like, deep navy, blue nail polish, just, on, her claws, just to sort of, make the whole rest look pop.
I love that, and I love that your final part of the answer was, something that you're going to have in the ceremony with you. Well, I have given you Faxpiration, and you definitely deserve it. Let us travel forward up to Avalas. Avalas, could you answer the question for us?
Sure. So, for old, I suppose the clothes that I'm wearing, I don't see the point in dressing up for one day. For new, the ring, though I imagine I would take that off after the ceremony, it would likely catch on something and deglove my finger. For borrowed, perhaps a traditional ceremonial necklace from my tribe made of claws and teeth from our elders. And blue, well, my eyes are rather blue, I'm told, so I will just keep those.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. Here is your Faxpiration. You have definitely earned that with your blue eyes.
Yeah, he's gonna keep them.
Can we say blue eyes elf wedding? Can we say that?
I mean, who knows what's the other counterpart is?
No. Blue eyes, white wedding.
Blue eyes, white wedding. I love it. Let us move. But last to not least, to Alicia. Alicia, could you tell us about your answers to this question?
I don't know if Alicia had ever considered the answer to this.
You could always be like, nope, she's taking a vow of chastity.
They have not. That will be.
Well,
good.
I'm just saying,
that'll
you
be
can pop out on this one. Be like, nope, can't get married.
True. That'll be getting to later. But actually, I didn't get a chance to really look at this question until just now. However, I think I did write down something. So something old, a diamond, something old from the earth, something new, forged rings, something borrowed, would like to plead for a sunny day, and something blue. Actually, they have, I think, one of the trinkets that we started with. They have a dark blue scarf that changes shade when you get higher in altitude, so kind of incorporated that in there. But yeah, I don't know. Those are things that kind of came to mind when I was thinking about this just now.
I love that. And we got diamonds, which, hey, diamonds are forever. We've got rings.
Also good for revivifying.
Good for revivify. Good for making certain goddesses or gods of death happy. And then a blue scarf with a white wedding dress. I feel like that is a new look that I would love to see. You have earned Faxpiration. All right, heroes. If we do not have any questions, let us move forward to the first scene, which is the House of the Morning Lord. So let me activate the scene. Everyone, we've got, I put your tokens in here just in case we had vision problems, so you guys don't just have to stare at a black screen. But we know that, for the moment, it's just Alicia and Michonne. And let me set the stage here.
I forgot about this.
I believe this was the last thing that happened in the session. So, Alicia, as you would have approached the House of the Morning Lord here in Bryn Shander, I think you and Gaiman and Akia would have immediately been struck by the glow from its stained glass windows, starkly contrasting the icy, desolate landscape that surrounds it. The building, sturdy stone structure with a steep, snow-covered roof designed to withstand the harsh conditions. Entrance, set of heavy wooden double doors, adorned with the intricate carvings of the rising sun and the symbol of Lathander. When you open the door, gentle warmth greets you, and the interior is lit by candles, lanterns, and the statue of Lathander, the staff that it carries, ends in a sun that is well lit. In the corner of the room, you would spot a space where the faithful can offer prayers and speak with the clergy. That is where you would see Michonne, her eyes filled with determination and her brow furrowed with concern.
So we're over here in this corner or up here by like the pews?
I would say that, just for comfort, let's go down by the couch. You guys are here to rap.
Okay. Well, common greeting. Walks up to Michonne, kiss on both cheeks. How have you been, dear?
Oh, I've been well. Not too much bad has happened in the last few days since that I've seen you. And, well, a couple of your allies were just here and, well, they got a Mr. Copper out of my hair for the time being. It seems that you have found yourself with a new traveling companion.
Oh, joy. Well, hopefully his last couple of days here have not been too troublesome to you.
No, I kept hearing bangs and booms from his workshop, and thankfully it was not his demise from some sort of alchemical contraption or summoning some creature from the lower planes, but we shouldn't waste our time speaking of experiments or past events that might not influence the future.
Yes, that'll be my issue going forward. Yes, well, I came here because I've run into a recent issue. Or, I don't know if issue is the right word. Concern is probably the best one, honestly. One of my traveling companions has ingested this and will produce the small bag of hag crystal that they got as a freebie.
She checks it out and she says, "Oh, this is terrible stuff. I have been working with several of our petitioners that have been coming to the House of the Morning Lord who have become addicted to this. This is a hard thing for someone to break, but it is possible."
Oh, thank the Morning Lord. I tried casting Lesser Restoration on them, but it didn't seem to do anything. I was almost fearing that maybe I'd have to use something a little bit stronger, but it's out of my current capabilities at the moment.
And I won't lie to you, I do not have access to higher circles of magic that would allow me to greater restore your friend, but I think there is a way forward for him. And it is not just simply going cold meat and locking him in a room for weeks on end till his body rejects all of the crystal out of it.
I don't think it'd work anyway. He's a strong boy. I think he'd break down the door after the first 24 hours. Probably sooner.
In my travels, before I retired from being an adventurer, I did collect 2 scrolls that I have been keeping for, I don't want to say a rainy day, because it's almost always snowing here, but let's say for this opportunity, for a time to do good.
Oh.
I have 1 scroll that could potentially remove a curse, and 1 scroll of greater restoration. Perhaps if you use those 2 together, you can remove part of the calamity that is affecting your friend.
Do you believe this substance to impart a curse onto them? Onto the...
I do. Several of my petitioners who have been imbibing of this substance, they are beginning to change physically.
Yes, I've noticed that as well.
Yes, they grow engorged blue veins. Their eyes become slitted like cats. They start to lose their hair. It's very strange. I don't want to know what the final destination of this transformation is.
Okay, I was about to ask if you've seen what the final stage is, but we probably don't want to get there. Any other
Indeed.
changes in their overall behavior?
Their behavior becomes much more erratic. They enter into stages of mania, and for some of them, they've started to become violent. I've done my best to control it, but some of them, I don't know if there's a way forward for them.
Well, thank you for this information. It's definitely a miracle. At least we have something that we can use. I just wish I was personally stronger to be able to handle this, but it is what it is.
Here, let me get you those scrolls. And she will head to her personal chamber for just a moment, and she will come back with and I'm dragging this onto your sheet right now, a scroll of greater restoration, and then 1 scroll of remove curse.
Do these have to be used in succession? One after the other?
She says, "This is a little bit of experimentation on my part. I know that there are 2 times of when the connection to the weave is at its strongest here in Icewind Dale. The first, at absolute midnight. The second, at absolute dawn. Those are the times when we can connect to the weave, our connection to the thunder is at its strongest, when we can reach beyond the veil. So perhaps if you can conduct this ritual at either of those 2 times, would be for the best.
I think I have an idea of how oh wait, one at dawn and one at midnight. So this is going to be an extended thing.
Could be. Or you could try to do both spells in succession at midnight or dawn. And perhaps some sort of offering to Lathander could be made before the ritual is conducted.
I will have to think on how I want to tackle this, but you've definitely given me a good idea. Thank you, Michonne. You're always so helpful.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Your group is working to end the long night, to end the winter that has plagued us for the last 2 years.
Speaking on that, and essentially we'll kind of recap to her the trek that we had to the temple, or sorry, the ruin tomb, tomb, as well as what was kind of seen in the mirror, specifically the ice fortress.
She ponders what you have said. It sounds like a place of, well, I'm not going to mince my words, slight horror. I feel like I would be unnerved in a place like that, especially looking into that mirror. The images you describe are horrifying. This fortress you described, the skull, I don't know much about it, but thankfully, I have had a long career here in Icewind Dale. I have connections in the city. Would you like me to ask around in my connections and to see what I can find?
Yes, again, I'm in your debt. If you're able to find anything, and I guess the next time I'm in Prince Shander, you can let me know. That'd be wonderful.
Of course. Here, I have the memory of, well, of a cheesecloth. Certain things stick and certain things don't. Here, let me quickly write that down. And she is writing it down.
Gotcha.
Okay, Michonne will say, is there anything else that I could help you out with while you're here at the House of the Morning Lord?
No, I think that may be it for now. You said there hasn't been anything, I guess, nefarious going on in town, so that's good. Any other pieces of, well, I guess gossip, since I'm just going around? And Alicia will take out from their pack Nimsy's cookies and will release the non-magical ones that she had gotten, and will just pretty much just gossip into the night with Michonne.
Oh, she will tell you that the only good thing that Mr. Knobberknocker ever produced or created here was he was able to create, with a combination of holy water, a combination of certain gems and oils, a certain blessed oil. And she will tell you about this oil blessing that he has created.
Interesting. I will have to inquire about that.
Yes, and this is your DM's way of sliding in. That if you, I shared this with Matthew earlier. There is an item from the Giphy Glyphs Darker Dungeons called oils that you guys could use.
Okay.
And I will link that to you all right now. Okay, so you guys are going to stay up gossiping. Perfect.
Yeah. And then, yeah, pretty much Alicia will spend their long rest here, as they normally do. And we'll meet up with the group in the morning if we're planning on going to the tavern.
That sounds good. Perfect. Okay. I would like to flash, now that we have had a conversation with Alicia and Michonne, to Avalus. Because it sounded like Avalus had walked off into the night in Bryn Shander.
Yeah, so I was, being left just he and Danica, and then them finishing the conversation, he walks out and realizes he's kind of on his own and he knows nothing about this city. So over to you on where he goes. He's just kind of wandering and looking for, I guess, anything that piques his interest.
Welcome to the Church of Auril.
Well, I'm glad that you asked, Avalus. Avalus, as you wander the streets of Bryn Shander, the icy wind howls around you, trying to bite into your skin, despite the thick fur and armor you wear. Snowflakes swirl in mesmerizing patterns, blanketing the town in a fresh layer of white. The overhead sky is gloomy, gray and black, a constant reminder of the harsh climate. Despite the weather, you see some people going about a normal routine. Resilience, a testament to their determination to survive. As you turn a corner, you notice a woman who stands out from the crowd. Her eerie presence sends a shiver down your spine. Unrelated to the cold, of course. Her hair starkly contrasts with the wintry landscape, as it is a fiery red. Her eyes are piercing, seemingly holding the chill of the Arctic within their depths. You see that she wears a long cloak covering her right arm. The woman carries herself with an air of someone used to being respected and feared. Despite your instincts telling you to run, you can't help but find yourself drawn to the figure. The figure starts to approach you, Avalus. Do you run, or do you allow her to approach?
No, I stand my ground. Is she a human?
Oh, well, let me show you her art.
Oh.
She is indeed either elven or half-elven. As she approaches you, her lips curl into a smile, and she greets you with an unnerving calm. Greetings, Avalus. I've heard about you, and correct me if I'm wrong. Are you traveling with the Thane of Ten Towns? Her voice is cold as the wind.
Yes. Do you know me from Dugan's Hole? Do you need something from the Thane?
She holds a hand to her lips, laughing, and she will say, "Oh, no, nothing from Dugan's Hole. Here, I'm going to activate the map of Bryn Shander. Nor do I need anything from most of the Thanes. I've actually had contact with them before. My name is Sybil Sithareth, High Priestess of the Church of Auril."
You worship the Mistress of Winter. I don't know her titles, but I assume something like that's one of them.
Yes. I worship Lady Frostkiss, as do the people that I worship with. We have brought her teachings to the Ten Towns so that they can survive the cold.
Does a goddess whose heart is frozen even care for her followers?
A question often asked in our circles. We do what we do not for Auril's love. We do it because we know it is right.
I find the comfort of the balance of Sylvanas much more to my liking.
She smiles like the Grinch and says, "You should attend service sometime at the Church of Auril. We would be so grateful to have you and the other Thanes of Ten Towns. We would love to share the teachings of Auril."
I have a strong feeling that I know all I need to know about Auril and from her by the bitter kiss of the snow and ice that she gives me.
Tell me, Avilas, do you find what is frozen and cold to be beautiful?
It can be, but it can also be deadly.
Just like my lady. Well, I'm happy that we bumped into one another. May Lady Frostkiss give you a pleasant day and give you a pleasant journey.
Yes, and may the blessings of Sylvanas shine upon you as well.
It's like you're having a Batman voice off.
It's true. Sybil will bow, and as she bows, she reveals to you her right arm. You see that her right arm is completely frostbitten and covered in frozen rime. However, it carries a strange muscularity to it. If you weren't mistaken, her arm is about the size of Gaiman's, which is quite strange because the rest of her body seems to be that of just a normal, athletic build, female half-elf.
A blessing of your Frostmaiden.
She holds it up and says, "Why, yes. My lady blessed me when I first found myself out in the cold with this gift." She dances the fingers of her frostbitten hand through the snow as it is falling all around you both.
Well, you seem to have made the most of it.
Indeed. If it's not too trouble, please tell Akia hello from me.
I will do as such. Once again, a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. And she'll put up her hood and flap her cloak like a bad guy and slowly walk away from you, Avilas. You take an opportunity attack as she leaves your threatened square.
No.
Okay. I had to check. I have to make sure that I'm respecting your guys' opportunity attacks.
Appreciate it, but yeah, he is a little unnerved, but he'll start asking around for where the House of the Morning Lord is, and then he'll try to make his way there. That's probably it from Avilas.
Absolutely, and you'd be able to find that out very quickly. People would point you there.
If I see that, if I do go there and there's only Alicia there and they're indisposed with the Michonne or whatever, then I will depart and just find my own lodging for the night.
Absolutely. There are plenty of places to stay here in Bridgender.
Yes, I was wandering the city and didn't know where to go. Plenty of people seem to know this place. It's quite all right. You had business, I am sure. Has Akia made his way here? Perhaps I shall make my way there then. I have a message to relay from a priestess of Auril. Yes, she was. Yes, creepy, as they say, I believe. You know of her.
Oh no, I've been muted on stream for some of that. Unfortunately, yes. I have worked with them in the past, unfortunately. A lot of unfortunate circumstances being associated with the House of Auril. And you notice that they're very much speaking through gritted teeth.
Yes, she seemed to know quite a bit about us as well.
Yes. Well, hopefully whatever Sybil had to say to Akia isn't going to be more of her creepiness.
Just her greetings, which honestly are creepy enough.
They are.
Right, after like a long pause, he'll just kind of turn around and find the tavern.
Well,
and you can
if there's
pass their
anything
way.
that you need, the House of the Morning Lord is always open.
Oh, yes. I've always found lavender to be comforting for those that need it.
I'll just give you a nod as you leave. And then we'll turn
Excellent.
to Mashan and be like, oh, that was one of my other companions, Avalis.
She, as Avalis would have walked in, you know, in those 90s movies when like a hot person walks in and like the person like is looking at them and like there's like
The rock
scream
music
effects.
swells, everything slows down, they're tossing their
Avalis
hair.
does a hair toss, yeah, real slow-mo.
What's that song? It's like kiss me underneath the dim twilight. Yeah, that was playing for Michonne as Avalos walked in.
And as Alicia watches him walk out and turns to Michonne and then kind of sees the small heart bubbles in her eyes, is gonna be like, it seems your light has shone upon someone.
He goes, oh, as a member of the clergy, it's not my place to be smitten, but your friend is quite handsome.
You know, Lathander loves love. You don't have to be so uptight. He is cute.
That is true. When you all next come, I will have to ask him to have a drink of mead with me and tell me of his journeys out there in the Dale.
From what I gather, he's the strong, silent type, but who knows, maybe a little bit of mead will get him to open up.
She nods and says, yes, just a little bit of mead. And
Give her a wink.
the screen backs up for just a moment, and I would love to focus on Gaiman and Akia for a second, because I believe you all are making your way through Bryn Shander at the moment.
Yeah. Akia, in the morning, when this jug is done recharging, do you think you would prefer more wine, or perhaps a vial of poison that you could apply to your weapons? It might give you a greater range of lethality.
I don't know. So me and poisons don't get along so well. So like, there are some shit-headed kickers who, like, in the fighting pits, would dip their knives and whatnot in poison, and it always pissed me off because it's like, oh no, I don't think I can take on Gaming Glaive without fucking cheating. And it just it feels like you're pulling some bullshit. Oh no.
Poison is bullshit. I've got
No. I mean, poison has, could be useful. It's just, I'm speaking from personal experience,
Well, how about I just make one vial? It will stay good forever.
Suit yourself. It's I was just, viewed as cheating in a fight, like you try to slow somebody down, but, there's a big difference between, fighting for a living versus, fighting, the real world.
Alright, if it is the same to you, I will make some poison, just in case. I wasn't sure if you were addicted to ice wine.
No.
It's fine. I believe that Blarton Bladehelm would be a good asset to our team. What do you think?
He'd be a good asshat to the team? He's a stand-up bloke. Although, he pissed me off first. Kept throwing fucking snowballs. I'm not addicted to ice wine. I really like it. And nobody fucking has any. You know what I mean?
I understand.
It just, I don't know, just after what we talked about before, just like, do you think I'm addicted to everything?
This is a new concept to me. I am sorry for over-applying.
Well, no, I'm just trying to, see things from a different prospecting,
Yes, I did not mean to offend. I apologize.
Well, I mean,
I gotta step away for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Well, I mean, not just trying to understand, and
I believe I understand the confusion. You see, I do not have the ability to become addicted to a substance, to food, to warmth, to breathing, as other people seem to be able to do. And it has always been very strange to me. Something that I just could not grasp.
I don't know. I feel like you're kind of missing out on all the good stuff. Like a good, properly prepared steak. Potatoes. Butter and garlic. Yeah. Like good food. It just hits different,
I have no idea.
Right, you don't. And you see, like, the rest of us, like, we have stuff that we like food, like favourite food, like favourite drinks, things like that. And, all the stuff that, you can really appreciate.
Yes. Would you not consider food an addiction? If you stop eating it, you die. Isn't that not what an addiction is?
I don't know. I think you're asking the wrong person that question. I really don't have the mental facsimiles to answer it. Sorry, mate.
Interesting.
I mean, I think I understand that I have limitations, but it's just I never had proper book learning. I can't debate shit, explain shit.
That is okay.
I don't know about that. I mean, you were like 2-3 years old. You're looking at weak lights. You're only 2-3 years old. You're wearing diapers and it stop you from shitting all over the place, and You know, you're running around and you're a dumbass little asshole. And, you know, I didn't really get a chance to, like, better myself. But I mean, you're making shit, all kinds of stuff.
I have also destroyed.
What?
I have
The
to
rum-
believe.
The rumor is the other fuckheads who've been messing with us. That's self-defense, mate.
No. I have destroyed much. Very, very much.
What did you destroy? I mean, realistically.
And I have to believe that as long as I am doing my best, then that has to be okay. Because if it is not, then I don't think...
You're gonna have to give me what should we call it? Conscripts. Context. Something. I need a frame of reference to understand what you are saying. Yeah, that. I mean, we've been traveling together and destroyed stuff. Are you talking about that?
Someone once told me that the worst person in the world burns books. And I've done worse than that.
Well, I mean, I can think of reasons to burn books. I mean, it's nerd shit. You burn books for fire. Burn books because you used them for toilet paper and you're stinky now.
Somewhere in the church is disturbance in the forest.
I mean, I could think of valid reasons to burn books.
I'm sure there are many, many positive qualities about you that outweigh not being intelligent in some ways.
I don't know about that. I got a pretty fucking mean streak. I think I might be slightly something average. I don't know. I'm not a good person. Let's be honest. But good to fight. Yeah. But no. So you burn books. What's so bad about burning books? I mean, believe me, I wouldn't say this around Lotus. She'd like lose a fucking shit if I said that around her. But you know, shit happens.
Gaiman.
Yeah.
If I tell you what I did, would you be able to tell if I am a good person?
I could try. It's just, I mean, you see the stuff I do. I get kind of carried away. Do you think that I will be a good judge of this? Let me ask you that. I mean, I could give you an answer for what it's worth, but I mean, yeah, am I really the person you should be going to about good and bad things? I mean, Alicia, she, you know, serves the Morning Lord. You know, they have pretty, you know, concrete, ways about going on things in terms of like what's goodness, what's badness. Although she does put up B. But I mean, maybe you should talk to her. I mean, she's a better, judge of characters or whatnot.
Very well. I shall act upon your suggestion.
But you're not going to tell me. I mean, I won't judge. You can just tell me. I mean, you didn't judge me. You just, expressed your opinion about the whole thing that, had crystal and whatnot. Appreciate it. Give me some,
It is possible that you might hate me afterwards. Do you still wish to know?
Oh, well. I mean, you've been a good bloke, Kia. But you really think that I'd hate you after you tell me about something you did?
I'm not sure. I have been heavily weighed down by trying to determine if I am good, bad, neither, a tool.
Oh, it means all relative, isn't it? Not. So, if someone's like, fucking king. Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say somebody's a fucking king. I could say, well, a person like a knight or like, another rich noble that like serves the king, they're a fucking tool. Like, they are a fucking tool, like in the sense that like they're an asshole. But more to the point, like they do the king's bidding. Kind of like Lucille. Like she does my bidding. Like I say, chop down a tree. We chop down a tree together. So, person can be a tool. And I don't do great things. I think I do two fucking horrible things. I don't like slaughter children. You're not slaughter children, are you? You did kill the children, did you, Kia? You're taking an awful long time to say.
I think when the group is all assembled, at some point I should just let you all know what I have done, and then you can decide.
You didn't not. You did not kill a whole tribe of people, did you? Wait, no. You wouldn't. Could have done that. Wait, I mean, what? Look, am I confusing you? Look, I know I'm probably fucking stupid. Like, maybe I'm not making any sense. Like, just tell me what happened.
I burnt down my home. I burnt hundreds of books. And many of my family died.
Okay. Oh, that shit about the family. Like, was it like an accident? Like, my mum always got on me, like, about not fucking around with like campfires and shit. Like, you leave them be, you respect the flame.
It was the first time that I created fire. I was experimenting inside when I should not have been.
Sounds like an accident.
But it is still my fault.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't say you didn't do it, but I mean, it's not like.
And I still did it.
Yeah, but did you like. Listen, I don't know how bad it is, but it's like. If, you know. This is weird. You're like a full grown ass adult, and you're only like a few years old, but but your kid owns a full grown ass adult. Jeez, really trying to wrap my head around this, and I mean, I'm not mad at you, okay? I'm just trying to like compare, you know, growing up in the tribe versus like what you experienced. So you were messing around with fire indoors, right?
That's correct.
All right. So, and somebody told you not to do that at some point. I take it.
Well, no. I never received that order.
Okay.
My only...
Did you know that you shouldn't be fucking around with fire indoors?
I did not know what fire was at the time.
Okay,
I've never
well,
seen it
there you
before.
go. Look, if you like, that would be like, you know, if you don't fucking know, nobody fucking taught you. Look, my mum had to smack me around, like if I kept like messing with like putting sticks and catching them and firing up, throwing them at people. Like she'd have smacked me good. She'd be like, whack, gaming, whack, don't do that, whack. Because, you know, she was shit. But, I mean, if nobody told you, if you didn't know, I mean, it's an accident. I mean, yeah, you did it, but, I mean, it's not like you did it on purpose to hurt a bunch of people. You know, sometimes, I mean, not to, you know, lessen how you clearly have feelings about it, but, you know, sometimes shit happens. I mean, sometimes you hit a guy in the arena, you know, way harder than you mean to, and he like loses a fucking eye. Just like, woo! There it goes. Other times, you know, you mean well, and you're trying to get everybody to safety, and everybody ends up, you know fucking crying. Anyway, I mean, okay, so you set the fire, didn't mean to, and then you burned some books because you set the fire, didn't mean to do that. And then like the family you referred to, these were the like automatic people, like yourself, you know, gears and metal and shit.
My siblings.
All right. Were they like? Did you like lock them in with you and like set the? Well, no, you didn't set the fire on purpose. You said you messed around indoors. So did you like stop them from leaving?
No.
All right. So you didn't tie them up. You didn't like lock doors on them and shit. I mean, that'd be some really fucked up shit if you did that. Not gonna lie. So I mean, what? Like building caught on fire and they just wouldn't get out.
I was at the top level.
All right.
And many of them were not mobile.
Were they alive, though? Look, I mean, so I don't mean to be rude, but I am sometimes. But it's like you're like alive, but at the same time you're made of metal. You know, the same shit that's made out of my weapons. So,
If you're
what
asking,
is alive? You know,
there were some of them capable of self-reflection, sentient thought, and some of them were not.
All right. So you were on the top level, set a fire spread. They were on the bottom level. So was this like, was this like underground, or was this like a tall tower sort of deal?
Underground, sort of.
Oh, so you were like up top by the exit.
Correct.
Oh.
My mother considered things like engineering to be less valuable, so they were at the top level.
Well, I mean, I have to say your earrings pretty good. I mean, so wonders for us. I mean, you didn't know, your mum didn't teach you. I mean, I don't mean to make light. It just sounds like a bad thing kind of happened. Unless you went about it with saying, oh, I'm going to teach these motherfuckers, I'm going to show what for, burn all to death. I mean, when you're young, you make stupid-ass mistakes. It's what family is there for. It's what the herd's there for. To like tell you, oh, Gary, you fucked up. Don't do that again. That sort of shit.
Can I share something else with you?
Yeah, sure.
You know this, and Akia's face will be covered from left to right in that rime, that same rime that goes down Sybil's arm. And Akia will say, when I was born, I was blessed by Auril. She is my other mother.
So you
And
got
I
two
wonder...
mums. Lucky.
I've never thought of it like that.
Well, I mean, you got two mums. Like your mum's like good to have. And it's like if you know something bad happens to one mum, you've got the other one. You know.
But what if one mother wants you to kill in her name and do evil things? Obviously, evil things. And she's given me her blessing. Is it possible that I am her tool, that she just wanted that library to burn?
I mean, did Auril like encourage you to like mess around with fire?
I don't think so.
I mean,
But
did she teach you how to make it?
I don't believe so. And you kind of see just a weird sense of relief and guilt at the same time, because then it's not Auril's fault, but then maybe it's more Akia's fault.
I mean, listen, mate. Again, I'm dumb as fucking shit. I mean, you could talk to the others, but it's like, again, I'm just going by like what I did growing up with my people, and you know, not to belittle, what happened, but like sometimes things happen, and it's about like what's in kind of like what's in here, and Jamie will like knock on Akia's chest cavity. It's like, I mean, if you didn't mean to, burn the books, if you didn't mean to like hurt the other other
Akias.
automatons, other Akias. I mean, I'm not saying it's like a free pass, but it's like something you learn from. And also, if you're asking me if what I did is like evil here, I mean, how can you be entirely sure that like what Auril was wanting you to do is evil over there? I mean, like fucking killing people just for the sake of fucking killing people. I mean, that's a little messed up. I mean, at least if I have to kill somebody, it's like, you know, they're trying to kill me, or you know, they insulted my mum, or it's like, I don't know. There's got to be a justification. I mean, I don't know what justification Auril's going to have. Honestly, I mean, she did all this shit with the endless winter and whatnot. I mean, didn't always used to be like this, but it's just like it's all relativistic, ain't it?
Thank you, Gaiman.
What for?
You've given me perspective.
Oh. Well, I didn't mean to give you perspective. It's not bad, is it? Oh, wait. It's that one thing where you see things from a different angle. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I thought you were talking about, like, herpes. Sorry, bad joke.
All right. I wonder if our DM ever came back.
I've been back this whole time. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I posted it in chat that I was back. Oh, by the way, as you guys are traveling, something happens. As you walk through the snow-covered streets of Bryn Shander, you would notice a figure huddled near an alleyway, draped in tattered, heavy blankets, her face mostly concealed. Gaiman, you recognize her. Despite her appearance as a homeless person, her eyes are sharp and alert as she scans the passing crowd, seemingly taking care of every detail. She spots you, Gaiman, and gives you a subtle nod, signaling that she has information to share. Would you both want to approach this woman?
Does Akia see the exchange?
Akia would not have any idea. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now.
Okay. Game would be like, so yeah, you're going after Blarton. You know, he's at what, about to go, or somewheres.
Something like that.
All right. Well, I mean, let me catch you up. All right. I got a thing. Got to see a person about a thing.
Be safe. You look like you're on death's door.
No, that's just because I am.
Very well. And take off looking for Blarton.
Well, with an air of perhaps casualness, Gaiman, you approach this random woman that is standing in the alleyway. As you get closer, she would pull the blankets tighter around her, and you can see her breath in the frosty air, the wind cutting through the streets. The bustling marketplace around you provides a noisy backdrop, effectively masking your conversation.
Hello, Delora. Any news?
Yes, I'm happy to see you, though, don't take this the wrong way. you look a lot different than the last time I saw you.
Yeah. Listen, I got a fucking earful from, Tin Man about that earlier, and then there's this, everybody else just yaps at me. It's just the other fucking things, you know what? It's a thing. I'm dealing with it. Got a lot of baggage. So yeah, you need something. I got rubberized jerky, mimic jerky. I got all kinds of food if you need something.
Well, I just wanted to share a little bit of information with you. Something that you might want to know, in case you didn't know it already.
Oh, I've got cookies. Yeah. These are really fucking good. You want a cookie?
She looks at you and says, well, of course I want a cookie, but perhaps I should tell you this first. And she will share with you the Arcane Brotherhood in Icewind Dale. It seems that they are searching for some type of artifact in the region. And this presence is threatening the Dale. 4 wizards arrived in Tin Towns from Luskan. I don't know their exact identity, but I do know that they are not together. They have split up.
So they're like searching separate, or sleeping separate. Like, how separated are they?
I believe they are completely separated. There's not been talks amongst any of the Harper informants of a group of 4 wizards traveling together. But there has been talks of singular wizards, or wizards seeking adventuring parties, that sort of thing, or seeking work, or seeking information. Right now, that's the best I got, but I thought you should know about the Arcane Brotherhood and the threat that they pose, and that they are searching for some type of ancient artifact.
Well, I mean, if you got any names, I could, our paths could cross, and, maybe there's a pretext for, something not so good to happen.
She pulls out a notebook, and she starts scanning through the notebook very quickly. She says, I do have a couple of names here. The first, I don't know exactly what this is a name for, but the name is Avarice. I don't know who would have the name Avarice, but there you go. And then secondly, a name, Nas Lantamir. I don't have a description or anything beyond just that, but I do have those for you.
So it's definitely Avarice, not like Vernus or anything.
No, I don't think it's Avernus. I think it is Avarice.
All right, no. Just I came, in traveling with the other things, I came across a Vernus, not like a Vernus, but like someone named Vernus who died already. And I was saying to myself, I mean, wouldn't that make my life a lot easier if one of the fucking wizards was already dead? But that my luck's never that good.
Mine either. And speaking of poor luck, the Zentarum are also making moves to infiltrate the political structure of the Tin Towns, attempting to potentially sway key figures and gain control over trade in the region. I have identified a potential Zentarum agents operating in the towns. My sources say they are operating within Targos.
within, Torga's traveling, emporium and whatnot.
She writes that down. Oh, there are Zentarum operating in Torg's outdoor market and in the city of Targos.
Well, no, it's just like, that would make sense. maybe I just don't. I need to ask some questions before we arrest everybody. Because that's the thing. Like the sheriff's he's deputized us or whatnot to arrest everyone, and everyone keeps arguing about what the best way to do it, this way or that way. Honestly, I just kind of want to run in, knock heads. You know what I mean?
Of course, that is the best way. But for now, that is the main pieces of information I have for you. And please, take care of yourself. Anyways, I must be going. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, but at least take a cookie.
Well, okay. And she'll grab a cookie from you, and she will try one of Nimsy Huddle's famous cookies. And she is surprised at the deliciousness of these cookies.
Say?
They are divine. You have now, not only is she a contact for you, origin will remain secret, but now she's a friend because you have given her a cookie. I guess you could change that in your notes from contact to friend. Okay. As we kind of fade out on the scene of Gaiman speaking with Delora, let's focus now on Akia and Blarton. So, Akia, as you make your way through the snow-covered streets of Bryn Shander, chill in the air sharp and biting, the people bustling as ever, and you recall, your first adventure with you and Blarton. The camaraderie you felt as you went around 10 towns gathering the other Thanes and, did battle against all of those zombies. You soon find yourself in front of the guard barracks, where you know that Blarton will likely be. The building is sturdy, its stone walls and wooden roof were built to withstand the harsh conditions of the Dale. Entering the barracks, you're greeted by the smell of wood smoke and the sound of laughter echoing through the halls. As you navigate inside, you eventually spot Blarton. Portly, middle-aged man with a bushy mustache, clad in a well-worn guard uniform that looks slightly ill-fitting but comfortable. He leans against a wall, regaling a group of younger guards with the tales of your adventure. A warm smile spreads across his face as he notices you and greets you with genuine fondness. Well, if it isn't my old friend, it's been too long. What brings you here? Blarton says to you.
Does Blarton still have that crossbow I gave him?
Of course.
That's good. Blarton, I believe the Thanes could benefit from your expertise in a certain mission.
Blarton looks excited. He smiles warmly. What could you use me for, please? I've been dying to go on another adventure.
I believe I am to keep the details a secret until we reach our destination, or at least until we are in private.
Well, we could go speak somewhere privately, and you could tell me what's going on. He looks excitedly at all of the other guards, like, hell yeah. Secret mission.
All right. You should probably prepare for at least a 3-day trip.
Okay. Well,
I'll just say that as we get up and start moving to a private location.
Excellent. He will show you to his private quarters where no one will be listening.
I will tell him about the mission to Dugan Sol.
He looks to you. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity, and, I owe you all a great debt for what we've been through together. If you believe I can help, I'm ready to stand by your side as a companion once more.
Thank you. We leave in first thing in the morning.
Where should I meet you all at?
I believe we are leaving out of the east gate in the morning. Or would that be the southwest gate, DM? The characters would know.
The characters would know. Give me 1 second just to judge. So if we're leaving from Bryn Shanda and we're heading to Dugan's Hole, we would be going out of the southwest gate. Or excuse me, southeast.
Yeah, there's a south... According to this map, there's a southwest and an east.
So yeah, you would want to go out of the
correct
east.
one. I tell him the correct gate, and I could just leave it at that.
Yeah, you would want to go out of the east gate. Otherwise, bad things could happen. Or you could just hop the wall and hope for the best.
All right.
That sounds like what you guys would do, right?
A little bit.
It's what Gaiman would do at the very least. I don't know about the rest of them.
Sure, let me go ahead and climb the city walls with my massive 8 strength.
Well, there's ladders on this
Again,
side.
I wasn't speaking what the rest of the party would do. I was just saying, at the end of the day, Gaiman's going to do what's expedient. If it means hopping a wall, he's down for hopping a wall.
All right. I'll add him as my second P team member.
Oh, did I give you guys Blarton's B team power? Let me do that. Configure ownership. Owner. So Blarton's B team powers, everyone. I'm sure you were interested. Active, unwavering loyalty. Blarton's loyalty to his friends and allies is unshakable. When an ally within 15 feet takes damage, you can use your reaction to take the damage instead. If you do so, the ally gains temporary hit points equal to your level plus your constitution modifier. His passive ability, Tactical Awareness. You gain a +2 bonus to your passive perception.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Everyone should be...
That reminds me, do you have... Oh, wait, you do have Danica's. Okay, cool.
Yep, and Danica has her lunar power, her lunar wild magic table. I believe it is set up, so if you guys want to peruse the results of the lunar wild magic table, you can look in there and see what will happen if you roll on that bad boy. Cool.
Oh, she's an item. That's right. You add her into the image.
Yeah, she is an item.
Okay, I tried to drag her onto effects. I'm like, wait, that's not right.
So,
right.
Everyone, if there is no other business to be had, we can transition to the morning. Alrighty, let me pull up the calendar.
I think that Gaiman would, introduce Barton to Icewind Dale, and he would see if he could not bully the other two into a drinking competition with him.
Oh, they would do that almost assuredly to see who is, how they say, the alpha in the companions. Otherwise, someone's got to be at the bottom, and neither of them want to be at the bottom. So they are definitely going to see who is the top dog.
Could I trouble you to we roll some con saves, see what happens?
No problem. So here, let me roll one for Dale. Okay, he gets a flat 10. And then Blarton, he will roll a con. Oof. So Dale goes down. He hits the deck. And Blarton, of course, does a little better, but he can't hang with Gaiman the Glaive. Absolutely not.
Dune will feel a little bad about having pressured them into drinking with him, knowing full well what he's capable of, but I mean, he doesn't really know how else to party except, drinking to excess.
Mm-hmm. This is a learning opportunity for, they're drunk, so they can't teach. So perhaps someone can share with Gaiman maybe some more safe ways to party.
Not at this tavern.
Not at this tavern, not at the Bouncy Goat. Okay. So, everyone, in the morning, time would pass. We are now on the 30th of Ilent. We are almost...
Long rest complete?
Long rest complete to High Harvest Tide.
I'm keeping track in hours now. Any number of hours of crafting I could get in?
In a long rest, don't you rest like in half the time?
I don't sleep at all, but I still have to rest for the full 8.
And when you do it, it says like you're completely inactive, right?
Right. For 6 of those hours, I have to be inactive like I'm sleeping.
Okay, you could get 2 hours of crafting it.
All right.
Cool. So, everyone, you would have set the meetup point, I believe, at probably... If you guys are leaving from the East Gate, definitely not the Church of Auril, perhaps the Dry Snowman, perhaps the North Look. Where would you guys want your meetup point to be?
Am I... Okay, I'm not muting. Good. I was thinking the North Look.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds good. I would say on the way there, well, of course, before that, I would have had the conversation with Watto in the morning, where I would have, over, Ludus's usual breakfast of black coffee and a cigarette, would have divulged to him my actual name.
And Lotus, he would ask you, is this something that I should only call you in private, or can I refer to this in front of the other things?
Considering how comfortable she is around him, she would have had the mask off and sitting on the table between them.
Mm-hmm.
She would have said, "Well, I haven't told them because I feel it would put them in danger, and believe me, even telling you, I feel might put you at risk. You see, the name the White Lotus is a alias I took because of," and she'll tap the lotus mark on the mask. "And also because it's, well, my father used to call me that when I was younger. Called me his White Lotus."
The librarian sitting across from you will say, "And tell me if I'm wrong. Is it?" And then he will pronounce it for you. And your DM doesn't want to spoil the reveal. So you can... Here, we'll roll a d20. High, he pronounces it correctly. Low, he butchers it. Yeah, I think he does a pretty good job.
Right, yeah. He'll give a nod and say, like, "Oh, you did pretty well. I mean, admittedly, it's a draconic name, so, it's a lot easier to pronounce in my native language." And then she'll say it in draconic to him.
Watto will understand and be like, "I won't forget."
But, see, the he would know, of course, but those things that took me from my home, they would know it too. So I took this name as a way of hiding from them. I know this may seem strange, but I kind of hope I killed all those bastards when I crashed the ship.
We'll get them. Don't worry. They won't know what hit them.
But I guess it wasn't all bad. And she'll move a hand to lay over his. I got to meet you and the others, of course.
Of course. There's always a silver lining that we can find.
Well, she'll take a drag, then put the cigarette out in the ashtray. Well, we better get ready. I'm gonna need to stop by the general store, get some more rolling papers and tobacco. I've only got a couple left.
Of course. And Wada will start to get ready and get himself situated so that he can travel with you to meet up with the others at the Northlook.
Yep, we'll stop by the general store, pick up the stuff, and I guess on the way out, just before we enter the, just before we enter the Northlook, she'll take Master Watto by his hands and just look into his eyes. She's got the mask on and everything. She says, I just want you to know that if you want to know anything about me or where I'm from, don't hesitate to ask, okay? I want this to work, and I want you to feel like you can trust me.
Master Watto will nod and say, of course. And I want the same for you, and I would hope that the same for everyone else that we're traveling with. If we can't trust each other, we won't last long out there.
Besides, my mom always told me the only dumb question is the one that you keep to yourself.
Your mother sounds like a wise woman.
Well, she can be, at least when she's not chastising me for my bad habits, and she'll pat the rolled up cigarettes in her pack.
Well, that's what mothers are best at. Come, we've got to get to the meetup spot, otherwise we're going to be late.
Yes, of course, and just lean forward, give him a little smooch,
Mm-hmm.
and just head on to meet everybody else.
Perfect. All right, everyone, we can meet up now at the Northlook so that you all can head out into the wilds of Icewind Dale to get yourselves to Dugan's Hole.
So, important question. Gaiman is, after having had his conversation with Kia, is going to try and refrain from having any hag crystal this morning.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
So it is going to be tough as you wake up. If you don't look in the mirror, of course, you have the thought of what you looked like before. Then, two, the constitution your body is typically feeling strong, hardy, unshakable. That is not the way that you feel today. You feel that if you could only take a hit, you would have that same feeling. So, you can try to resist taking a hit. And this is complete player agency, so I won't say you fail it, and then you have to take all the drugs. But this is just to see how Gaiman feels without it. So give us a Constitution saving throw. Okay, Gaiman is able to resist taking the drugs. For now. Mm-hmm. Gaiman, the effects of this, because you are not taking it, You're going to have a first level of exhaustion without the effects of the drugs to power you.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone,
And we're not switching over to the new level, the new exhaustion. We're going to stick with what we have right now.
That is a question. Everyone, do you all feel comfortable switching to the 1D&D exhaustion? Because I like it a lot better than the old exhaustion.
I'm good with it.
I'm good with it.
I'm fine with switching.
Yep, I'm good too.
Damn. Okay. I will make that swap real quick in convenient effects.
All right.
Anyone else
Exhaustion.
get a loading to a blank screen?
No.
I'm
Nope.
seeing
No,
that.
I'm-
I'm seeing the
I'm
map
still
just
good.
fine.
Here, let me activate the start screen. And let's see if that fixes your issues.
Yes.
Someone's emitting a shit ton of light right now.
That's what I said. It's too bright over there. So I'm up here.
So, Dukin's Hole is 9 hours away from the city of Brenchander. So it is quite the hike. It is currently, in the morning, about 9 a.m. So you get there at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would get there at about 6 p.m. So it's going to be quite the journey. If you are okay, we can start traveling, getting yourselves out there. The sheriff is coming with you, of course, because he wants to coordinate with the speaker. Your new companions that you recruited in the evening are there. So Danica has showed up, Blarton has showed up, and of course, Copper is there. So if there is no final preparations needing to be done, you guys can head out and start getting the things done.
I would say one thing real quick. Like, everyone would very much notice that Lotus is looking genuinely happy. In fact, the happiest you all have, like, ever seen her since you first met her.
Good for Lotus.
I'd like to make an insight check onto Lotus, if you
That-
don't mind.
You know what? Go for it. Go for it.
You already know.
You
What
come
does
on,
a 23 get me?
Come on, you see her and I would assume how Watto are looking at each other. You know what's going on here. You know.
They
Okay.
fucking.
Exactly.
Yes, that is exactly what's going on.
Alicia just has a warm smile on their face. But as they pass you, they will just give you a little bit of an elbow and a wink, and we'll just keep on walking.
As you pass her, you just see her mouthing to you like "thank you."
Excellent. So, heroes, what information, battle strategy, or secrets would you like to share amongst each other or with your NPCs? / what questions would you want to ask one another during this 9 hours of travel, if anything, as you guys are heading to Dugan's Hole?
I think Alicia would attempt to do this out of earshot from Gaiman. And kind of inquire information as to how does Sulune do their rituals? Is there a specific time frame where they kind of have theirs? We'll share that, Dawn is usually for Lathander, but curious about what they have.
Oh, of course. Danica would inform you that Saloon's rituals are typically held when the moon is at its highest and it's at its most full. That's when the power that she shares upon the world is going to be at its strongest. So for her, the time that would be is the 5th of Marpanoth, which is, let's see, we're on the 30th, so that would be 6 days away. So midnight on the next full moon. So that's about 6 days away.
Isn't that also when Auril is like, time for a sacrifice?
Yeah.
That's the night of the new moon, which is the 20th of Marpanoth.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. But if you're spicy, you could do it on the same night. Why not?
I don't think Aura likes us like that.
If anyone likes mead, I could show you where I've been staying in Goodmead. You can see the bees. Their movement is quite interesting.
Do we need to wear any protective gear to make sure they don't sting us or anything?
I mean, you just don't piss them off.
I had not considered that.
Well,
Maybe
I
we
mean,
shouldn't visit.
I mean, we can. I mean, I like drinking and stuff. I don't want to learn where it comes from, honestly. But I mean, you got metal skin. You know, the rest of us are kind of like soft and squishy.
Indeed. Although I would hardly call you soft and squishy, Cayman.
Well, I mean, comparatively.
Yes, you would need to wear a protective suit inside. But yeah, he would just be like, if anyone's interested in seeing bees, he's been living inside the bee hut.
That's what I figured, but I wasn't sure how to ask this.
Yeah, so just at some point, if y'all pass, if we make it to Goodmead and we pass through, it's just like, yeah, that's where I've been sleeping, and then you just see it's this large heated like greenhouse full of bees and flowers and beehives, and like I slept in that quarter.
Like a bender sleeping in the closet.
Mm-hmm. Except it's a closet full of bees.
Hey, bees, you want to kill all humans?
I feel like they would say yes. Yes, we do. Okay. Well, you all, this is probably a nice thing that happens. You don't have a random encounter in the 9 hours of travel.
I'm calling bullshit. I think you're just feeling bad about the Remorazes.
We've had a random encounter every trip. So.
That's why I'm calling bullshit. I think he's going soft on us.
No, I think statistically it would be crazy for us to get one every time we travel anywhere.
When in these times, I would say, they make a pill for the time of things. If you think that your DM's going soft, but in this time, it wouldn't make too much sense. But during the time that you guys have, is there any plans that you want to make or speak about for the criminal that you are trying to apprehend?
I am curious. I tried to follow what you guys were putting in Discord, and there was a lot of different ideas. Did you guys end up settling on one?
We want to go in and pretend like we're on that show Cops, and we're going to sing Bad Boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? And then we're going to tase them all and handcuff them.
We forgot to get straw. Did we forget straw?
So it's
Yeah, we didn't get straw
For
or
the dummies.
clothes
Damn
or
it.
manacles.
So it sounds like to me this is the
No,
opening
the sheriff's
of Bad
got the
Boy 2.
manacles. The sheriff was on
The sheriff has like a dozen pairs of manacles.
He's the sheriff. The sheriff's the sheriff. They're prepared. You know, what are they going to do if everyone surrenders? He needs to haul them all back. I'm sure he's prepared for that. He knows we don't have manacles.
Well, you know, we could, if we're hitting the outskirts of this little forest thing, we instead of straw, we could get pine needles, and that would work.
Or I saw this in a play. I could pretend to be, the winged rat man, and go around and take them out one by one, scare the shit out of them.
And it's going to be dark when we interact. It's going to be pitch black when we interact with them. We can start.
See?
We can just start taking out their light sources.
I can just zero in on them from torchlight.
Or we could just turn out all of our lights. That's something we could do. We just have to turn out our lights. As long as they have their lights on, we could just attack them from the darkness.
Luckily, I have dark vision. Otherwise, I would not be useful whatsoever.
I do not, but I don't give a fuck.
You don't need dark vision to be in the dark and attack something in the light.
Like I said, I don't give a fuck.
That's fair.
And then we ambush them a little bit, and then cut off an escape route. Someone go play with their dogs so they can't escape, and then then we jump them.
I do actually kind of like that idea. It definitely works to using the darkness to our advantage.
Also, Avil sort of asked if Torgo wears metal armor. If you guys know. For reasons like I'm, maybe switching out my spells now.
I guess from the times that
Gotta love that heat metal.
Yep.
From the times that Alicia has interacted with Torga, were they wearing any type of metal armor?
I would say that they were wearing like a leather type armor, but it's hard to tell because most people are wearing over their armor a bunch of fur and cloaks.
Gear, yeah.
So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not get a good look, and of course, she was bundled up, unlike her bodyguard Sefik. So, couldn't really tell you. Since it sounds like we're going in crossbows blazing, Avalis, you had mentioned that you had some contacts that you could reach out to that could assist?
Yes, I reached out via the bird that I had sent a few days ago. I, of course, don't have a response, but I have a good relationship with my tribe. They should provide help.
Okay. Well, that's something. Well, we have parts of a plan, so I think that's better than nothing. I guess we're gonna play most of it by ear.
Yes, I would say considering how squishy I am, I recommend I hang back in the cover of darkness and provide support from long range.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. It sounds like you guys have a very productive 9 hours of walking. Sheriff Markham will, of course, tell you that he is going to coordinate with the speaker, Edgra Durmont, to see if they can rally the militia.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. If you have something.
I would say at some point during our travels, I would look at Gaiman and say, so Gaiman, how are you feeling?
Shitty. But I have a sense of antsiness when it comes to the prospect of beating up some motherfuckers.
Well, at least when it comes to these motherfuckers, I can say I certainly agree with you in that regard. But
Yeah, it's not justifiable or whatnot.
but what I really meant was, how are you doing with the hag crystal thing? How are you handling that?
Look, I'm dealing with it. All right.
Okay.
I haven't taken any today. If that's what you're worried about.
Ooh, I see. And she'll actually perk up a little bit, and she's like, "So, how is that doing? Are you just taking
It's
like
fucking awful. That's how it's going.
Oh, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, I think I've seen this before. You're going cold turkey, aren't you?"
Cold fucking something. Cold fucking with his tit. Keep that bush away from me.
And he's gonna storm off.
All right. And she's
Not like
"All right."
not like off into the wilderness, but like
Right.
ahead of the party or whatever.
Right. As you do, she won't chase after you, but she'll just call out like, "All right, but if you want to talk or anything, just I'm here." And then she'll let you go.
Most likely overhearing this conversation because of her stupid passive, or their stupid passive perception. At least we'll kind of saddle up to Lotus and be like, I think I may have something for that, though it's going to require some specific timing.
Oh yeah, usually with this sort of a thing, if they're trying to get off, whatever it is they're addicted to, it's very rough, especially if they've decided to just give it up completely. You have to make sure, if they're not going to relapse and just start doing it again, you have to be sure that it's something that they genuinely want. They have to genuinely want your help. Otherwise, it's just going to end up even worse for them.
Mm-hmm. I wholeheartedly agree.
I do want to say...
But we do live in the world of magic, so there's that as a fallback.
Where I was from, we knew of magic, but it didn't really work the same way that it does here.
Oh. How was it
Well,
different?
You remember the glass tablet I told you about, right? The one that I left behind at the ship. Well, what that does is that it actually connects to the weave, and you can use it to do all kinds of things. My thing to do when I was working on a story is that I could actually use it to look up information on all kinds of things. It's almost like having a library in the palm of your hand.
Ooh, a portable library. Interesting.
Yes, you could do that. You could also use it to communicate with other people. The sending spell. You could basically do that with other people.
This seems to be a multifunctional tool.
Yes. I will say this, though. One of the things I had to sort of restrict myself from using is this one thing where you could basically go on it and you could just write on it whatever you were thinking, and you could basically send it out onto the weave, and like everyone else in the world could see it.
Alicia is looking at you with wonderment, bewilderment, and high curiosity about the wonders of this weave connected tablet.
And depending on who you ask, it is either the best or the worst thing to ever happen to society.
I am actually quite interested in this. I almost want to say maybe we don't arrest Torga and we go after your ship, but I know that's a bit strong of a stance.
Well, don't worry. We have a lot of things to do, and well, I certainly made sure that ship isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I will say, Alicia, I do want to say thank you for, well, for everything, really. You know, you remind me a lot of my best friend from back home.
Oh,
Well, yes, she was a human too, and knew her a lot growing up. You know, you know, back where I'm from, people like me, you know, the Dragonborn, aren't fairly common, and you know, humans, elves, and those sorts tend to, in some cases, have rather negative opinion of my kind. But she didn't. She saw that I liked the game of baseball, taught me all about it, and you know, she helped me out through a lot of tough things in my life. And you know, kind of wish I would have gone to wrestler training school with her. But you know, it's not really great to wonder about what could have been. But she's was always there with an ear, and she always told me that if I was ever feeling nervous, just to think of a song. You know, it's like, you see, what she likes to do is she's a fighter of sorts, and whenever she would walk out to fight her opponent, a bard would play a song for her that really suited her personality. So I came up with one for myself, and she always said, think of that song whenever you're nervous. Just imagine it playing, and all those nerves just fade away.
you said that you didn't want to think about what could have been. I don't think that's a bad thing. Sometimes memories from the past can help us move forward, especially in times when we're, you know, stuck with situations that are currently bogging us down now.
Yes,
It's not bad.
I will say, just the one thing that's kind of baked my noodle, as it were, is that I asked the mirror who my father was, and you know, it showed that, you know, the ice thing. But
Uh-huh.
I asked who he was, but do we really know for sure that's where he is right now? Maybe that's just where he's from.
Well, it seemed it opened up a whole can of questions. Maybe we'll find some other magic that can reveal further, or that lady that showed up in the mirror. Maybe they have more.
Yep. Well, in any case, I think we've got a Torga to catch.
We do.
Also, Avalos would finally, I guess, tell Akia the message from the Auril priestess.
Thank you for delivering this message.
You are welcome, of course.
After a long travel on the cold roads, you make your way to the outsides of Dugan's Hole, the most unfortunately named town in Tin Towns. And let me put your tokens onto the wider map. You probably don't need the camera, man. So, Dugan's Hole is the smallest and most insular of the 10 towns. The Tin Town is a small cluster of dwellings perched on the edge of Redwaters that is too small to support any industry, not even scrimshaw. Ice has buckled the shorter of its two piers, rendering the dock unsafe. The longer pier has two icebound keelboats tethered to it, though they're immobile because Auril's winter has frozen the surface of the lake for hundreds of yards around them. Local fishers have hauled the smaller boats onto shore, resorting to cutting holes in the ice to catch the knucklehead trout. Visitors to Dugan's Hole are often struck by the eeriness of dark shapes on the ice, remaining silent and still as the wind howls around them.
Do you want to say either this building or this building? Yeah, is my shack. Like just something small.
You can take whichever one floats your boat.
All right, I'll say this little micro building is my shack.
You know, they say that some men compensate by having a large house or a large car. What does it say about Avalos that he has the smallest house?
Yeah.
I saw
Indeed,
him
it's wrong.
transform into a horse.
Welcome to Dugan's Hole. And this would be the only thing we're seeing that he didn't talk about.
The heraldry that you guys would see all over the place of Dugan's Hole is a gray pillar-like monolith set against a sky blue field above two crossed silver fish, their bodies forming an X. As you all would make your way in to Dugan's Hole, Sheriff Markham would inform you all that he is heading to find Edgra to rally the militia. He will meet back with you at the appointed time of attack. What is the appointed time of attack, everyone?
Oh, they should be we're expecting Torgas to be here tomorrow at some point. Because that'll be 3 days from the day we were told it would be 3 days from, but don't know when exactly they're getting here tomorrow.
I probably want to at least confirm with the speaker, because I'm assuming Torga would probably have to give some sort of notice that they've come. Marking purposes and all that stuff.
I don't think Torga would.
If I was to ambush, I would attack at dusk or dawn when the light is most favorable to us, not my enemies.
There's no light. Remember Avalos?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. He doesn't. Well, maybe he doesn't say that. Then I forget that it's a long night. In that case, he'll just say something like, "I would attack when everyone's sleeping." Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we'll go with that.
There is the 2 hours of dim light.
I suggest that we attack once they are done setting up and there's no light. It just to make it harder for them to run.
It work.
Perhaps when they are feeding their sled dogs in the early morning. And would be hesitant to take off.
I could try to speak to another bird, perhaps an owl, and see if it can scout ahead to give us advance notice.
A time of their arrival would surely be advantageous.
I say that. Did I take that spell? Speak with animals. Yep, got it.
So, party, this sounds like we have a challenge kind of brewing for this. But first things first, do you order your B team to take any actions as they have traveled with you?
I order Blarton to help organize the militia. I order Knobberknocker to do some crazy experimentation because that's what he's here for.
Okay. So, Blarton won't go with the sheriff. It sounds like what he will do.
I would have Red go and distribute its berries to everybody, so they can kind of help out each other.
Absolutely. Does everyone want to have a good berry just in case things go south?
Ooh, yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure. Akia will take a good berry, just knowing that in an absolute emergency.
Stick that in the old juicer hole.
Or use it on someone else.
Phrasing.
Mhm.
Let's see. I guess for Lotus, I would have Raylan help give me some pointers on the finer use of long range magic spells, since I'm still getting used to that in character.
Raylan, of course, would show you how to do it the best, which is to shoot things with your Eldritch Blast. But you don't have that, so she's gonna do her best.
Eldritch Blast.
So there is a skill challenge brewing here for gathering information, finding the exact location, and planning the perfect attack. I need to have the perfect skill challenge music. I think I know what it is.
Is there a good berry that you can drag and drop that's not just a spell?
I don't believe so, but I can make one real quick and share it out. So everyone, this is a skill challenge. We need 10 successes before 5 failures. And we must end the round with the 10 successes. A natural 20 represents 2 successes. A natural 1 is 2 failures. Success by 10, 2 successes. Failure by 10 is 2 failures. The DC I will keep hidden. But I want you to know there are 3 secret skills that have a lower DC. So I would like everyone to grab their tokens, and you can roll yourself into initiative, not because we're fighting, but we're just keeping track of the events that are happening here in Dugan's Hole. And I might need to grab someone first.
Yeah,
There
so
we go.
there's no active. Okay, there we go.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, almost.
Almost. Okay.
Almost.
So, and we're doing this just to keep track of successes and failures here. So, Lotus, what do you do to contribute to this challenge to help set it up so that you guys are able to get the drop on Torg?
All right, let me just check something real quick. All right. Tell you what. I guess what I would do first is, knowing that Avalis is staying here, I would say, I would ask him, so, where's a good place to find the good gossip in town?
There's unfortunately not much here. The only resident of note would be the speaker. There's no tavern or inn, really. If you wish to commune with nature or the gods, I recommend the Stones of Thrune.
Tempting, but I'll be honest. Where I come from a large city, like even larger than Bryn Shander, so don't really have much of a connection with nature. But speaker would be a good start. So I guess if you'll allow it, I would like to, if I can, I would like to roll sort of like investigation. So basically using my my journalist skills to basically interrogate, for lack of a better term, the speaker about basically anything, any sort of like good information about where would be a good, things like where would be a good location for Torga's camp to set up, like where might there be any good cover nearby, where would be a good place for us to set up any potential ambushes, that sort of thing.
Absolutely. Give me a investigation check.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and add my Faxpiration to that. 11.
Oh, I didn't see what your initial roll was. Okay, an 11, unfortunately enough, is not a success. So the speaker looks to you and almost very genuinely gives you a face of someone who doesn't know what's going on. Avalis would probably know this better than anyone. The speaker is very, well-meaning here in Dugan's Hole, but has little experience and worse execution. So that is one failure for now. Okay.
All right, just used to... Lotus just sort of tries to, carry herself as best she can. She just sort of tells herself it's all right. Just remember, you get 100 dead leads before you get one good one. And are we just going down the line, or do I get to pass?
We can just go down the line. Avalis, what is your contribution to this skill challenge?
I guess I'll use my best one. So knowing that others probably have perception and are probably decent, he would basically kind of look for signs of any approach, the distance, which is probably survival, I'm assuming. Like campfires, like tree tops moving, animals, flying away, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. We can do survival for that.
Okay. Do I have any? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that sucks.
Would you like to use your Faxpiration?
Will it make a difference with a 9?
It could. It could make a difference with a 9.
On a 6,
You could roll a 6 and get a 15.
Oh shit. Okay, it's only a D6 or a D8?
It's a D6.
Oh crap. Okay, yeah. Why not? Let's use that bad Johnny.
And hey, they only last this session. Okay, that takes you up to a 13, which is a success.
Whew.
Oh, and Lotus, I actually need to refund you your failure, not your... You actually saw one of the secret skills, which is investigation. I have it written here. So you would have gotten an 11, which is enough to succeed.
Oh, cool.
Sorry about that, everyone. I have 3 secret skills. I can't. You know that one of them is investigation. It has a lower DC. Okay. Akia, how do you help out here?
All right. So I think this is just a unique way for Akia to help. I'm gonna go with history and say knowledge of history of successful and failure ambushes.
Oh, going through the history books and seeing
Yeah.
exactly what worked.
Yeah, military history.
Makes sense to me. I saw a dice roll, but
I got a nat 1.
well, I guess there's no way around that. So you have 2 failures and 2 successes. Your brain just isn't combobulating when it needs to combobulate today. Well, maybe our next combatant will have an easier time. Gaiman, how do you try to assist in this skill challenge?
Gaiman is not like an Olympic athlete, but he is an athlete, and he would like to use his athletics to like show motor control and like muscle control to like move quietly and efficiently.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, we can do athletics.
And with new D&D rules, it's a -1, right? Or is that okay?
It should be factored into your roll. I should have given you the new 1 D&D status.
All right, I'm going to use my last DM inspiration on this.
Okay, we got a 6 and...
I keep forgetting to hit the shift button.
That's okay. A 15. A 15 is a success. So we're at 3 successes, 2 failures. Oof. Okay, this is getting intense here. Alicia, how do you assist?
So what would, I guess asking around, what would be like the highest point overlooking Dugan's Hole?
Highest point overlooking Dugan's Hole. So, Avalis, what would you tell Alicia about that? Because, you're its Thane and you're Druid.
I guess I would recommend either the top of one of the menhirs, the 20 stones, or the roof of the speakers building. But otherwise, unless you want to climb a tree, it's pretty flat.
Okay. I think for now, Alicia does want to know more about that 20 stones, but I think for right now, they're going to ask the speaker if they can kind of get up to the roof and then kind of like survey around from there the spot notice and kind of calculate like what would be a decent place for others to set up. So I hope that's enough bullshit for perception.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm actually going to give you advantage because you've gotten yourself into a very high spot.
Nice. All right. Wow, what's with these double rolls? I'm gonna burn my fax bow then.
15 is a success. So we should be at a total of 5 successes now. So we're halfway there, living on a prayer. Okay. You guys have almost set up like a perfect ambush and the perfect spots on how to basically set this up. Okay, so we're to the top of the round. Oh, I need to go back to the map that we were on. Okay, Lotus, what do you do here to help continue to make this a successful?
All right. So, Lotus, being a journalist, knows that you should always use your sources to your advantage as best as you can. So, if you'll allow it, I would like to use Master Watto's B team ability for arcane knowledge. See if he has any knowledge of the surrounding area or Torga's market or anything else that might be able to help us in our upcoming endeavor.
Oh, absolutely. So he would tell you about the 20 Stones of Thrun. So it's at the southern edge of town. 19 of these granite menhirs arranged in a rough triangle. And no one knows really who built the structure or why. But its arcane power and its ability to attract people to it would probably make it the perfect spot for Torga to set up there. So, with that, you getting a success, and I know it's rough to stop right in the middle of a skill challenge, but we are going to be at time for the evening, and I will take us back to the map. You know, everybody, if you have any critiques, questions, anything like that, please send those to me in the Discord this week. Otherwise, we will meet up next week to finally capture the criminal to work. I have to get going. I'm getting a summons from the other part of the house. So everyone, I have to... Oh, the lunar shield?
Oh, yeah, that.
I will answer that question probably tomorrow. But everyone, I gotta get going. So I will see you guys next time.
All right.
All right. Good game. Good night, everybody.
Good
Night.
game.
Good game, everyone.
And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.